Who's next? Get the gear inside! We've got company! You're going down. How's that dirt taste? Surprised? I any mercy.
You're very close to a major power source. Take it online.
They never learn. I learned from the best.
Going to blow you up! They are over here! right. You can't hide behind your silly man!
I'm unstoppable!
They want to play! Enemies approaching!
Yeah, I am that good. Surprised, American? Did you really think you were finished with La Ferry? My dragon style beats your idiot style.
How much more of this you think you can take, hero? Now don't keep telling me you came in here alone. Where are the others, huh?
Right behind you.
Oh, come on. You really think... Oh...
Sweet Christmas!
need a breather.
I could use some help over here.
Daredevil at your service.
You won't get much farther without me. Thanks. As you can probably tell, this op is a lot bigger than we thought. We need to figure out what these Latverians are up to. Of course. I've done some recon already. There's an old factory above these tunnels. If we destroy the weapons they've stockpiled there, it's bound to slow down their operation. Shocker must be trying to slow us down. What's he keeping us away from?
Need some backup!
hurt!
Can't see you.
Damn it! I'm hit!
Let's move out. That should lead up to the factory. You go on ahead. I'm gonna finish exploring these tunnels to look for additional intel. If you need any help, I'll be ready.
You can deal with Shocker later. Trash the Latvian weapons first.
Take a body bag over here.
Unload on them! Drop it! Here they come!
You're near the first weapons cache. Destroy it.
back up!
It's what I do.
That did it. Now you need to find and neutralize the rest.
I'm hit!
Keep them away from the munitions! You were expendable. We're playing for keeps.
You're making progress. Keep it up.
the invaders no mercy!
They're tearing through us! We need backup!
You're almost done. There's one more stockpile nearby.
Never had a chance!
Ten for it.
There they are!
You're smart. You'll stay down. That was the last one! Where are the reinforcements?
That'll put a wrench in the works. Now find those villains.
Hell yeah!
We'll hold this line. Go help the boss get everything ready.
Got it.
Mr. King from now on.
Where do they get these losers?
Be wiser to stay down.
You're a disgrace to your sensei. I need to fall back!
Mighty well.
Get ready for a near-death experience.
Stuff didn't look like that one.
I'm hurt!
You can't beat all of us!
Go after Diamondback and Shocker. You have to find out what they're planning.
You were warned.
I ain't afraid to get my hands on
There must be some way to break that floor. Look around. I'm detecting activity beneath you. Can you work together to get down there?
I've been thinking but longer than you've had one. Let's move.
Good thinking. Destroying their tech might help disrupt their operation.
Who needs a hero, right?
Armed and ready.
Sure, why not? Did that hurt as much as I think it did?
Feel free to take that personally, by the way.
Spider powers rock.
I will hold them off.
That won't be necessary, my dear. Take your post. If our friends here wish to join us on our little cruise, so much the better. If only Nick Fury were with you to witness this firsthand. But he will see it soon enough. The whole world will. We destroy your home, the same way you destroyed mine! Tear them apart! Peter, recalibrate your gun gyro!
I've already compensated for these inferior components.
I want to see the city burn!
You have the right guy.
Defend the cannon! Focus on attacks on the Lower East Side!
No problem. Those hipsters won't know what hit them. Sure, boss. That'll shake up the afternoon commute.
Scorcher! Take the sky, rain fire!
Medic! No, seriously.
Stay on target, wizard!
I am on target. The wingless wizard never misses.
I brought the big gun.
Take that from them!
Feeling weak.
Who's next?
Stick around. I need my
Leave none standing!
should never have gone up against me. About time.
I know the future. You're not in it.
I'm back in black.
You aren't up to this.
Symbiote's hurting. That felt good.
Coordinate fire pattern!
Cannons are hitting the city! Lift them!
Prepare to be sliced and diced.
Prepare to fire!
Demolish the power amplifiers near each cannon to take it offline.
This isn't funny anymore. I'm getting torn up.
longer human, as you can see. Fury ripped that from me 1 year ago today. Now I am a bomb. Nothing more, nothing less. A bomb that will kill millions. And you just lit the fuse.
She can't do this! Not to me!
Your tax dollars at work.
Future's looking dark.
Wasn't supposed to hurt like this!
Manhattan continues to reel after tonight's devastating terror attack. Inside sources are indicating that the terrorists may have been from Latveria. Furthermore, they claim last night's attack was in direct retaliation for a secret, unsanctioned shield assault on Castle Doom exactly 1 year ago. SHIELD Director Nicholas Fury, now wanted for questioning in connection with these claims, has disappeared. In his absence, Commander Maria Hill has been named Acting Director of SHIELD. Superheroes potentially linked to the Latverian mission have refused to comment, leaving the rest of us to wonder why this horrible tragedy had to happen.
You hear what they're saying about that mission in Latveria?
Calling me shocked, Steve. I have suspected you weren't sanctioned.
You have suspected? Nice of you to say so at the time.
Given a choice between Fury and the government, who are you gonna trust?
Tough call. That's why I didn't even ask you to make it. So, thanks to you, all this is on our hands. No, not on yours.
The evidence is right here, sir. We're under attack.
Colonel Fury, since Dr. Doom's death, Lucia von Bardas has bent over backwards to mend the ties between America and Latveria. We got her elected. This year alone, we lent her country $72 million in aid.
Yes, sir. And it hurts to imagine what she's done with that money, knowing what we now know.
Thank you, Colonel.
I have a recommended response scenario for the
That won't be necessary.
Sir, if I may, this situation is sure to escalate.
We have a pleasant relationship with Lucia. We'll handle things diplomatically.
I kept you in the dark so that if something like this ever happened, your consciences would be clear. It's on me, and I'm taking the fall for this one.
You got that right.
Damn it, Stark. You think these things grow on trees?
I'm sure you've got plenty of backups, old man. You always do.
Enjoy your exile, Fury. Wherever you are. You'll just stay here and keep picking up the pieces.
What a mess this is turning out to be. When you're ready, we can plan our next move at the briefing station.
Disaster relief contributions are being accepted in the main lobby reception.
Mr. President.
Please open your hearts.
Commander Hill, or should I say, Director Hill? A pleasure to meet you finally.
Thank you, sir.
Feeling a bit out of your skin lately?
Yes, you could say that, sir.
I'm here to help you help the world.
I'm back in black.
Hello. Reformed supervillains, yes. We Thunderbolts have worked hard to change people's minds about us, but apparently, we've got a ways to go. I'd like to think so. I realize it's a delicate time, but I had some things I needed to follow up with here. I won't. It's too chilly here for them anyway, if you know what I mean. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Armed and ready.
Cleanup continues following the
Hello.
recent terror attack on Manhattan. Current casualty estimates are in dispute, but experts agree...
We're trying to get a read on that. Public opinion is really turning against us. I wouldn't be surprised if the government takes an anti-hero stance of some kind. Strong leaders don't cave into the whims of public opinion, especially when they're based on ignorance or prejudice. I think the more critical question is, what's going to happen to the rest of us? We've got a real mess on our hands now. Almost nothing. She seems to have been promoted almost out of the blue. When I see a knee-jerk reaction like that, I worry that it's the start of a trend. Sorry, I can't spare any more time right now. Talk to you later.
Maintenance crew, please report to Mr. Stark's penthouse.
Do I need this stress?
Hey there. I'm fine, thanks. I can take quite a bit of punishment, but I was glad to have some help show up when it did. Oh, the puns, by far. There's some things you can't unhear. Sure did. I'm glad I wasn't part of that Latvian strike a year ago. What a mess that started. No, I suppose it doesn't. I just hope the damage can be undone. Well, talk to you later.
Dr. Pym, if you're still in the building, please call main reception.
Long as the check clears. Sure, why not?
How are you? Yeah, sue me for having a lapse of patriotism. Fury convinced me that op was important for our security. I still think it's probably true. If necessary, yes. But I'm hoping we have enough political pull to keep anything serious from making it through the system. Apparently, some of them are. I've got some friends in high places trying to find out more, but for now, it's all closed-door stuff. That's actually a pretty good question. Maybe I should get someone working on that. Gotta run. See you later.
Our worst fears seem to be coming to pass. Congress is debating a new bill, the Superhuman Registration Act. It would require all heroes to register with the government, whether they want to or not.
Which would mean the politicians get to tell us who the bad guys are. We need to make sure this thing doesn't happen.
To that end, we're heading down to Washington. I've been offered a chance to testify before a congressional subcommittee.
And I'm going to rally the people down there. We need to get a grassroots resistance movement going before the SRA can gain any momentum.
We want you to come along in case there's any trouble. We've got a Quinjet waiting to fly us down there. Let's go. We're coming up on DC, team, but the situation has radically changed during our flight, and not for the better. The city just came under attack by an unknown terrorist force. We're going to coordinate defense efforts with S.H.I.E.L.D. Buckle up and be ready for anything.
This is S.H.I.E.L.D. Lieutenant Farrell. We've got some of the senators prepped for evac, but the zone's too hot to lift off. Eliminate the enemy forces in the area so we can get those people out. Finally, for backup. Those terrorists! We need to get the senators to safety!
I do this? Freak!
This zone's secure. We'll get the choppers out. You should proceed down the hill. Head them off before they can hit us again.
Approaching landing zone, ETA. Incoming Sam, 2 o'clock. We're hit. Still got some left, trying to put it down. Hang on.
That's enough out of you.
Jump a gun like that. That rocket came from the southeast. We need to take out whoever fired it before we can bring anyone else in. Those must be the guys who shot down our chopper. Take them out, now!
Stand ready. You were not prepared to face me. I am not well.
I never looked to start a fight. I don't mind finishing.
freeze! You ruined my vacation! And you! Dumb as nails shield clones! I saw what you did to those cherry blossoms back there! You think those things grow on trees? And you think it makes me less of a man if I came here for the Cherry Blossom Festival, huh? You're laughing with your eyes! I can see it! Fine! Time for a little boss battle, suckers! Ouch! I knew I should have sprung for the health meter enlargement I saw in that email. You're probably trying to clear out these terrorists, huh? Can I join the party? They'll still be here next month.
All clear, Commander.
I'll take things from here. Titanium Man seems to be behind all this. He just made off with some senators and took them underground. We'll cover the Capitol. You get down to the subway and pursue that tin-plated Russian and his pals. Sorry, I didn't have time to say pretty please with sugar on top. Now will you get going?
Come on! That-a-way! The subway! Hey, when we see Titanium Man, let's try to get him to say moose and squirrel. If I were a supersized Russian bad guy, I'd head for some American chow. This way, to the food court.
You think you're gonna get away with this on my watch? All right, the cavalry! Now, Enough pretense. That big guy dragged Senator Lieber and the others toward Union Station. Keep going this way.
That's one for the Stars and Stripes.
Someone's gone nappy by!
You are not making this very interesting.
No one can be home!
Say what you want about Titanium Man. At least the trains are still running on time.
Da, Americans. Your precious representative is safe. For now. Do you have the courage to save him? Let us see.
Now he's gone too far. Nobody attacks America's food courts!
Don't make this worse than it has to be. That's what happens when you get between me and my mission.
Supervillains, huh? Always in the last place you look.
These others don't run.
things fall down.
When in DC, be sure to visit our scenic National Park game garage.
Not bad. They usually don't get up after that.
If we make it through, I want Ebola.
Plenty of power left over for whatever's next.
They can throw Zona in admitting you're outclassed.
I love this song. Don't you? You're not expecting me to help you up, right?
So Luke, you're a family man now. Ever thought about stepping up the corporate ladder? Stark Industries offers some really good medical, including neonatal.
You a CEO or an infomercial now?
Sorry. I just need a good superhuman security consultant. You can't do much better than a guy with bulletproof skin.
That's nice and all, Tony, but I'm the only guy keeping my block clean. Don't have time for survival reports in an office somewhere.
Well, it could be more of an on-call position. We could work something out. I just really want you on my team.
Tired of playing with you. I appreciate the thought, but these kids here, they need me. You want me? They need me.
Even more fun.
See what I'm saying?
Well, hard to argue with that. Still, will you keep it in mind? The door will always be open.
Yeah, man. Look, I gotta go. Catch you later.
One less dipstick to deal with.
That means I don't lose. Affirmative.
Need some backup here.
We will bury you!
He was trying to escape with our elected representatives. Get your own, buddy!
Honor and duty are more than just words.
Take your great and corrupt leaders back. I have no use for them now.
That's what happens when you get between me and my men.
You look as unsteady as your democracy. Follow me, heroes, if you dare!
Senator Lever from New York State. Good to meet you. You've done us a great service. You heroes are okay in my book. Maybe we should put this registration business on hold.
It's good to hear you say that, Senator. I hope there are more on Capitol Hill who share your opinion.
We all need our heroes, Cap. Why, I remember reading about you in my younger days. Well, best of luck trying to catch that maniac. Like our state motto says, Excelsior.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
You don't look like the voting type.
Yeah, whatever. Hey guys, I'll take these pencil pushers back to the Capitol. Give me a call if you want to hang out again.
Americans, your deaths are waiting. Here you are once again, a nation divided. Only this time, you will fall. With a little help, if necessary. Time has passed.
Need some backup
Your
here.
democratic ideals will be your undoing once your own people turn against you. That easy. До свидания.
Keep attacking. You'll disrupt this focus. Cloaking field is down. Get him.
Go on. Give me a pretty... They'll enjoy reading of this back home. These mini-sentry guns will give you something new to think about.
Surrender will be your best option.
Please, no autographs.
I am hurt.
I need to fall back.
as unsteady as your democracy. Registration Act will be passed by your cowardly leaders, and you will become criminals. Sworn hand!
As long as I'm around, America never comes in second place.
We will take you out!
I've forgotten more about combat than you'll ever know.
Now you get why they call me Iron Fist?
They cannot harm what they cannot see.
That's one for the stars and stripes.
When this is done, no one will ever trust you heroes again.
I brought big gun. You
I need time to heal.
incoming hostile!
Can't block this much pain. Yeah, I am that good.
Gonna keep some, eh?
I need to fall back.
How can they do this? That looks like all. Basic tape. You are serious at stage run.
might be nap time for Spidey.
If anybody asks, I'll tell them you put up a heck of a fight.
Medic! No, seriously.
You think you've won, but you haven't. You'll soon see. You have already lost everything.
And so, to answer your question, Mr. Senator, in spite of these recent events, I don't believe forcing superheroes to register with the government is the answer. This law would split the hero community right down the middle, with consequences I'm not sure any of us want to ponder.
Is that really your best shot?
Sneaking around doesn't become you, Steve.
Maybe I'll need the practice. Maybe we all will.
Don't be so melodramatic. This whole thing would affect you least of all. You're already deputized.
You almost sound like you agree with them. This Registration Act would tear down everything we've done, destroy a century-old tradition of...
I'm trying to save it, Steve. As much of it as I can, anyway. Don't you see where this is headed? All it's going to take is one more slip-up by anyone in a cape, and we'll be lucky if registration is the worst they do. They could just turn us all into criminals, hunt us all down.
No, they won't, Tony. Not in my country.
Now return to our special live episode of The New Warriors, coming to you straight from Stamford, Connecticut, where the Warriors have just been spotted by their supervillain quarry. Looks like it's on.
I've got cold heart, you guys. Hey, somebody snag Nitro. He's rabbiting.
Don't worry, Speedball. I'm on it. On your feet, Nitro. And don't bother trying any of your stupid exploding tricks.
Oh, baby, don't you even know? You're playing with the big boys now.
Reports now coming in from Stamford, Connecticut indicate a massive explosion in a residential neighborhood.
Just over 12 hours ago now, and preliminary casualties are said to be over 600. In Washington, rumblings on whether superhero reform should be brought to the table.
Following last week's devastating explosion, Congress has rushed through passage of the Superhuman Registration Act, with the president expected to sign it.
This is just completely insane, Hill. I won't do it.
I'm sorry, was it not clear I was giving you an order?
You're asking me to arrest people who risk their lives for this country every day.
No, I'm ordering you to obey the will of the American people, Captain. Either you help us bring them in, or we'll bring you in.
Weapons down, gentlemen. Or I...
Trank darts, now! Take him down! Take him down!
Son, if you want to stay conscious.
You idiot. We're trying to save lives.
Of all the people to go underground, Captain America. Now every superhero who disagrees with the act suddenly has a leader. Maybe we should hold off until...
That won't be necessary, Mr. President.
Registration can go forward as planned. We'll take care of Captain America.
And with the passage of the Superhuman Registration Act earlier this week, superheroes around the country are being forced to choose a side. Do they register with the government to uphold the law, or become part of an underground resistance movement? So far...
Can you believe this is really going down? The act kicks in at midnight, but word is S.H.I.E.L.D's gonna be here sooner than that, taking signatures. Or prisoners. I want to talk to Cage about it, but he's too busy arguing with Mr. Fantastic over there. Maybe you can break into their little powwow and get some sense out of them.
The acting commander will be here any minute. Look sharp. The acting commander will be here any minute. Look sharp.
Understand your skepticism, Luke, but you have to believe me. I've crunched the numbers, and we absolutely can't rebel against the government on this. If we do, the
can't be any worse than burning the Constitution.
You're exaggerating. This is a temporary measure. Once things settle down...
I ain't buying it, Reed. And I can't believe somebody as brainy as you would.
Oh, hello. Good timing. Perhaps you can talk some sense into Mr. Cage here. He and Iron Fist seem determined to get arrested.
He's the one who needs a reality check. But good luck getting anywhere with that.
You have reached the voicemail box of
Reed Richards.
Please leave your message at the tone.
Yeah, hey Reed, this is Ben. Look, I can't do this. Lord knows I've followed you into some pretty crazy places over the years, but somehow this is one place I can't go. I've been thinking about it for a long time. Registration's wrong, and I won't support a law I don't believe in, but I'm still a patriot. I ain't gonna fight my own government, so the way I see it, that leaves me only one choice. I'm out. Going underground till this thing blows over. Don't bother trying to find me.
I didn't sign up to try to arrest Capes. The acting commander will be here any minute. Look sharp.
With the Superhuman Registration Act looking likely to pass within the week, we recently sat down with one of its most surprising critics, Captain America.
Thanks for having me, Brian.
Our pleasure. Captain, in the wake of the Stamford tragedy, the public overwhelmingly favors mandatory registration for all superhumans. Can millions of Americans be wrong?
Unfortunately, they can, Brian. Our country's history is littered with wrongs that most Americans approved of at the time. Slavery, the incarceration of Japanese Americans during World War II, the McCarthy hearings.
But how do you deal with it, knowing that nearly everyone is against you on this?
I think of what Mark Twain wrote on the subject. If you alone of all the nations shall decide one way, and that way be the right way according to your convictions, you have done your duty by yourself and by your country.
An inspiring quote.
Absolutely. When the mob and the press and the whole world tell you to move, your job is to plant yourself like a tree beside the river of truth and tell the whole world, no, you move.
This Thursday's seminar on workplace safety has been postponed due to an injury.
I'm used to being the chosen one.
Hey, good times, huh? I can. The government's always wanted to take us down a peg.
Now they see their chance. But Cap showed us what we need to do. I mean doing whatever it takes to keep S.H.I.E.L.D. from taking over. That's what this is all about. Between you and me, I hope so. I have no intention of registering. And we're gonna need a leader. Traitors. That's what they called the Founding Fathers when they defended themselves against a corrupt system. Look, personal freedom is what Cap's fighting for. This is your choice to make. I know which way I'm going. Hopefully you do too.
Are you sure you can get us to Cap without leading them right to him?
Got it covered. You just stick with me.
But what about the rest? How can we convince...
They're gonna have to make their own choice. Stark, Richards, and Songbird are obviously a lost cause. But maybe... Well, speak of the devil. So you folks made up your minds yet? From what I hear, they ain't gonna give you much more time to sit on the fence. I ain't no government puppet, and I assume you feel the same way. There are worse things you could do than risk jail time to do the right thing. If you're scared, feel free to do what you're told. Just don't call yourself a hero anymore. With Cap in charge, as long as it takes.
On the eve of the Registration Act going into effect, the grim work of identifying all the Stanford...
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You're either with us or against us. Okay, look, I hope you make the right choice. We could use your help.
Lock and load.
Hey, you come to a decision yet? For now, yeah, it is. Stanford would never have happened if superheroes had proper oversight. We already trust them with the cops and the military. Bottom line, we need checks and balances. Otherwise, more kids are gonna get killed. Do I need to tell you again? No one's got a better reason to be paranoid than I do. And I'm telling you, this is the way it's gotta go. Don't be so sure. There's no way the cops or S.H.I.E.L.D. would have handled it with a slugfest in the middle of a suburban neighborhood. Look, I can't make the decision for you. Just remember, we're supposed to protect people. Signing up for training and accountability is the best way to do that.
And so, in a worst-case scenario, we'd find ourselves in the equivalent of a superpowered civil war.
Heroes so busy fighting each other that criminals get a free pass.
Exactly. That's where you and the Thunderbolts would come in, Melissa. We need you to help S.H.I.E.L.D. keep crime under control while we focus on... Oh, hello again. I'm glad to see you're not going off half-cocked like Luke, Danny, and Eli over there seem to be. We need cooler heads to prevail at a time like this. There's morality and there's practicality. I may have personal issues with the Act, but I also have hard evidence that if we rebel against it, the entire world's future will be imperiled. So, there's really only one sane choice here. I'm not saying the SRA is evil, but going down a path we know leads to disaster would certainly be irresponsible and foolish. I'm not sure that's been determined. Incarceration, most likely. Those who violently resist might accidentally be harmed.
toward the Washington, D.C. attack as evidence that superheroes are absolutely necessary in today's world.
I'm not in charge of that, of course, but that's what I'm hearing. Not a pleasant thought. I wish I could spend more time with you, but unfortunately, there's a lot to do. Talk to you soon.
Warning. Security upgrades are complete. As of midnight tonight, any superhuman personnel listed as unregistered will be treated by the building security systems as hostile.
Miriam Sharp, prominent parent of a young Stanford victim, today praised Congress's swift action on passing the Registration Act.
All superhumans, the Registration Act is in effect. You are now required to meet with Commander Hill and register your identity with S.H.I.E.L.D.
Dr. Pym.
I'm glad to see you're willing to meet with me on civil terms. Once you register, I'm sure we'll have a productive relationship. The paperwork is right here. Step up and sign, please. With Stark tech and S.H.I.E.L.D. muscle backing you up? Count on it. So, what's it gonna be, heroes? Just sign up here and you'll be bona fide law enforcement agents. You're not looking to start trouble, are you? One more stunt like that and there'll be hell to pay. Smart move. I'm glad to see you're going through with registration. Congratulations on making the right choice, heroes. The only one you really had. I'll look forward to working with you.
No! How could you? Cage told me I should have left with him and Iron Fist, but I didn't believe you'd do this! You damn traitors!
Well, looks like your first assignment just walked through the door. Either convince that idiot to register, or take him down.
Shut up! There's nothing you can say to make me join you. This is for Cap! I wish it hadn't come to this.
Need some help.
I'd say I was sorry, but I wouldn't need it.
Ready to roll.
I wear the flag. That means I don't lose.
An unfortunate introduction to government service for you. I'm sorry it had to come to that. Cage and Iron Fist refused to sign and escaped, and they're apparently not alone. I'm just glad you made the correct decision. Let's head back into the main area. We're gonna have our hands full, I expect, and I'm sure Tony will want to thank you personally once he gets back from Washington.
I don't need to tell you that you've made the right choice. You're here, and that means you understand the reality of our situation. You know what we're up against. Who we're up against. We simply can't restore the public's faith in us, while Captain America and his recruits are still playing by the old rules.
S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to use their expanded authority to keep supervillain activity in check. That leaves us with responsibility for dealing with the rogue heroes.
We need to act decisively to end this fast. We have a few leads, and may be close to identifying one or more locations being used as hideouts by the rebels. Come back here later. By then, we should have something more solid. I hate that it's come to this, but we have a job to do. We'll reconvene at the briefing station when you're ready.
Heightened security measures now in effect. Please carry your ID bag at all times.
Stark here. Tony, I have some information. Oh, what time is it? Were you asleep? Shh.
It's okay, Reed. What's up?
Sorry, I just had to tell someone about this, and I knew you would appreciate the significance. I just finished my latest tests on the nanite material we recovered from the Latverian terror attacks.
The nanite material?
Yes. I've successfully accessed higher and lower brain functions in rats and primates, using the nanite's innate ability to receive and react to transmitted behavioral inhibitors. The tests show...
Reed, it's late. Can you break it down for me?
Addiction, Tony. With this system, we can potentially beat it. A simple injection of nanites, and we wirelessly inhibit brain impulses that support life-ruining addictions. Food, drugs, alcohol.
This is where your research has taken you. Have you forgotten we're at war? Do you really think this is the time to try to save John Q. Public from the evils of chicken-fried steak?
I thought you...
We need to win this thing, Reed. If you're going to play with nanites, then figure out a way for them to help us do that.
Captain America's rebellion against the government has sparked an anti-Reg movement, with advocates loudly making themselves heard in the streets and on the internet.
Hello, Tony. Can't they handle that? We've got our hands full, wouldn't you say? Well, I appreciate that. And sleep is overrated anyway. Are they still insisting they want something offshore, outside Geneva Convention influence? I believe so. Let me give it some thought.
Dr. Richards, Dr. Pym calling for you on line 8.
Hi, Tony. Yeah, a few. Not yet, no. He's well hidden, and we're not gonna break their communications code anytime soon. For the time being, we're closely following some suspicious cargo into Jersey City. Maybe the fish will take the bait. Got it. Talk to you later.
At least one superhero has refused to take a side in the registration controversy. The Fantastic Four's Benjamin Grimm, aka... The Thing.
All personnel will be subject to random retinal ID scans.
What can I do for you, Stark? I'm here to check on your progress in tracking down Captain America and his rebel friends. I don't know that yet. And until you prove it, I'll be right behind you. Maybe you forget that you answered to me. Don't push me, Stark, or I'll show you just how much authority I have, here and everywhere else.
Authorities say that clashes between SHIELD forces and unregistered... Superhumans have already caused millions of dollars in property damage in New York City alone.
Captain America's people are equipping themselves for a war. We need to cut off their supply lines before they can fortify. We've been tracking some suspicious cargo entering the Jersey City shipyards. We believe it's headed for a hideout being set up by the unregistered heroes.
Our original hope was to catch Cap himself. But my money says Cable is behind this op. He must be establishing this facility to support Captain America wherever he's hiding. Expect strong resistance. Cap's managed to turn a number of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents to his cause. Apparently, they call themselves the White Star in his honor. And I'm sure he sent some of the unregistered heroes in for support.
Bishop will be running the show on the ground. If we can shut down this operation, we'll send a powerful message to Captain America and his followers.
Move it! We gotta get this cargo inside!
S.H.I.E.L.D. could be here any minute. Look sharp.
Okay, we're all here. Now listen up. Black Widow's going to scout ahead and locate the rebel hideout. Meanwhile, we'll provide a distraction by destroying this shipment before they can unload it. We'll do what we have to do. These are good people we're going up against, but they're breaking the law. Now let's get a move on before they realize we're here.
It's a raid! Get to your position!
Get on the freighter and destroy that cargo!
This would have been a lot easier if you hadn't been so stubborn.
Use some repairs.
I don't enjoy being our friends.
I've been training for this.
This would be a lot easier if you just hold still.
Here comes Hill Flash.
Are you really surprised?
See those robot parts? White Star's hijacking S.H.I.E.L.D.'s combat units to boost their numbers.
My spider sense tells me that hurt. Why? They're after the cargo. Stop those government flags.
Please, no autographs.
all these high-tech toys and I end up facing you? About to shut down. I bet this armor could beat you on autopilot.
Good. Let's keep moving and meet up with Widow.
I've been training for this. Fully charged.
Heroes fight fair, which is why I'm carrying weapons. Of the merc with a mouth.
I didn't want to do that. I had to do that.
Stay active. Follow them. Lead us to the hideout. Heh. Sounds like Widow left a little surprise for us. She must be nearby.
forward! Widow will be around here somewhere.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? Great new costume.
Next time, try to be less of a pusher. Feel free to take that personally, by the way.
About time.
Ah, there you are. Just in time to create the diversion I need. Their base is somewhere nearby. If you distract the guards, I'll find a way to get you in. Watch for me. I'll get you that entry point. See you on the other side.
Heads up! They've got grenades!
I've been traded for this. They offered $50 to register, so I took it.
Looks like it might be nap time for Spidey.
I won't tell your friends about this, I promise. Spider Sense says I'm gonna die. Well, that's all the fun I can stand in one day.
I could use a lift about now.
Looks like it might be nap time for Spidey.
Give me some of those red orbs!
Everyone, get inside. I'll close off the base.
Want some of this?
Pursue Spider-Woman. I'll make sure he doesn't knock you out.
Not bad for a former jet jockey, huh?